What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 101. We have finally surpassed episode 100. We took Nick, you said it felt like forever since we've recorded. But my name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing about 1,000 times better than I was doing on Saturday night. I came down with the norovirus, which it's not the coronavirus, but it's pretty daunting. So I was throwing up all night Saturday, and also pooping all night on Saturday, and I was pretty dehydrated and pretty weak, and I almost felt like I was drunk. Like whenever I would stand up from the bathroom, I would almost fall down and stuff, and I'd be shaking and had the chills and had a fever. And then, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was quite a terrible night. I feel a lot better now. I mean, it was brutal because we had to drive from Charlotte to Raleigh on Sunday, the day after. And that was would have been a 2 hours and 30-minute drive, but turned into a 3.5 hour drive because of traffic and all these car wrecks. So I was just like sitting in the passenger seat with this killer headache.
Miserable. I was
like, please just like let us get there. Like, let me just get in a bed and sleep or relax or whatever. Feeling a lot better now.
Good. I can't remember the last time I actually threw up from being like sick. I did I think it was last month or 2 months ago, like not to get like too graphic, but it was on I had started feeling bad like Wednesday. Just like using the bathroom a lot and just had a bad like stomach ache. And then Friday, I kid you not, I probably used the bathroom like at least 30 times. Like just pure water at the end. I felt super dehydrated and just it's a long time since I've thrown up from being like sick.
Tell you what, it's not fun. It's like
no.
I feel like there's a big difference between throwing up when you're completely sober and then just like throwing up from being drunk.
Yeah, because like you're drunk, it still sucks, but you're not like totally there when it's happening. When you're purely sober and it's pure like just sickness,
and it's just fun. It's just about like getting like the alcohol out of your body.
Yeah.
While when you're sick, it's like, okay, my stomach hurts and I don't even have anything to throw up.
Yeah. At this point. You start dry heaving at some point because there's nothing left.
Yeah. Well, great start to our podcast talking about throwing up.
Poo-poo and throwing up.
Poo-poo, pee-pee, and throwing up.
I do remember one like just quick story. Growing up when we lived at our parents' old house, I started feeling bad or something, and I took a shower, and then I got out and laid in the bed, and then I like jumped up because I knew I had to throw up, and I was like, "Mom!" I was like yelling at Mom, give me some medicine! I'm about to throw up. And as soon as I said it, I just threw up all over the carpet.
Give me some
give me some medicine. So, but yeah. Anyways, done with the poo-poo and throwing up talk. Nick, we had we got to celebrate our 100th episode 2 Fridays ago now. So I appreciate everyone that was a part of that stream. We had like such a good time going over the top 25,
fun,
and it was so much fun. We had an absolute blast. So I would highly recommend going back and listening to that episode because we went out with some tangents and it was a lot of fun. But appreciate everyone that tuned in live and was chatting with us. It was a great time. But Nick, we got to celebrate Thanksgiving together like we always do. So that was definitely a good time being up in the mountains with everybody.
Yeah, we in almost tradition at this point, we kind of both caved into getting the Pokemon. You got Brilliant Diamond, I got Shining Pearl. I mean, I don't know what it is about Thanksgiving, but it just makes both of us want to play a Pokemon game. And
or just like the Switch, because that's like the only thing we bring is our Switch. So.
Right, yeah.
And it was like I didn't really have anything to play. Like I was done with Metroid. And I really haven't honestly played a lot of Pokemon since I got back, just because
I haven't either.
Hard into Halo. But I mean, Pokemon's good. It's the classic. Like, there's something about those classic games that just feel good. versus the newer stuff. But
yeah, it's all right. I can't help
easy.
I can't help but compare it to SMT5 right now.
That's true.
And like, man, that game goes so freaking hard.
Yeah.
And Pokemon it's so soft, man.
Yeah.
It's harder. It is harder than recent Pokemon games. Like, I don't remember any of my Pokemon fainting in Sword and Shield or like any recent games. But this one you actually lose some Pokemon in battles, which is kind of refreshing. I mean, it's cool that they kind of stuck to the layout, stuck to the format of the original Diamond and Pearl games.
Yeah. I like it so far. I'll definitely like finish it and stuff, but it was kind of be probably a little slow burn for me. Like played a lot during well, I mean, we got Halo coming out next week, so
7 days, man.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We'll talk about here in a little bit, but Nick, obviously Black Friday came and went. Cyber Monday came and went. Did you pick up any cool gadgets or games or anything like that? I mean, I did a ton of like Christmas shopping over the last couple of days, but anything? Did you get anything for yourself?
No, not a single thing. I've been I've been looking, man. I've been looking on Amazon, Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy. I even went out shopping on Saturday.
Oh wow, okay.
And yeah, we went to Best Buy and Target and stuff. And like, I don't know, man. Like I was kind of tempted to get Guardians of the Galaxy since that's $25.
I bought it.
Oh, you did? You got it?
Yeah, I got it for $25.
Have you played it yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I did get a couple things for myself, but I'm just gonna. I was like, hey, Brittany, you got me a Guardians of the Galaxy for Christmas, so I'll let her wrap it up.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking at that, and then I mean, I was just looking at some PS5 games as well. Looking at Eternal.
Deathloop was like $25 at some point.
Yeah, Deathloop. But I won't have time for it, with Halo coming out and all the other games I have, SMT5, Pokemon. I mean, Forza still want to play that more.
Yeah, I do too. I want to dive back in. I haven't played it since Halo dropped, really.
Dude, Halo kind of ruined everything, right? Because
it did. I mean, it came out of nowhere, and like I was really enjoying Forza, and I don't know. I'll get back to it eventually, but Halo's just kind of
they oversaturated their own market.
Exactly. Any last thoughts or anything before we dive into what we've been playing?
I think I'm ready.
Cool. Oh, talk about you saw Resident Evil.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I almost blame this for my norovirus just because it was so bad.
It was so bad you caught like a mild version of like the T virus.
Seriously, man. It I didn't have high expectations going into this movie. Like I know it's a Resident Evil movie, it's a video game movie. It can't be that great. But this movie sucked. It was both very long and very short at the same time. And it tried to like kind of stick to the formula of the first two games or the settings with the Spencer Mansion and then with the RPD station.
Yeah.
And like it was kind of cool. Like they kind of recreated both of those in a pretty good fashion, but like just the pacing was weird and they kept like diving into how much of a shithole Raccoon City was. Yeah. They're like, oh, this is such a dead town. This is such a dirtbag town. I was like, I really don't care about that part of the movie. Like, I just want to get to like the action, the zombies, the tension. And it really didn't get into any of that until like probably the last third of the movie. The first half, first 2/3 was just setting up like, oh, Raccoon City sucks. And we're going to blow it up at the end of the night, blah, blah, blah.
So, and, for reference, how many other Resident Evil movies have you seen? Like the other 9 movies out there?
Maybe 2 of them.
Okay. So, like, is it as bad as... Because those are, like, bad, but, like, they're still fun to, like, watch as, like, just something stupid. Like,
this one...
Like, they're so bad, they're good kind of thing.
I don't think this was that.
Okay.
I think this was trying to be an actual movie, but for whatever reason it just didn't work.
They like try to take itself like too seriously.
Yeah. And also one thing that really annoyed me throughout the entire movie was Leon was such an idiot. Like they portrayed him as like the dumbest person to ever exist. Like he was almost like a deadbeat in the movie, and he like transferred into the RPD police department because he was like demoted or something, and he was, you know, an alcoholic and whatever and all this stuff. And I was like, that is not the Leon that was
Leon, it was characterized first day like on the police force. Yeah, it's not the badass we know to love.
Yeah. And like even in Resident Evil 2, he was wide-eyed innocent, but he still like had his stuff together. He was still a good shot, you know. He still knew how to fire a gun. And the Leon in this movie was just fumbling the entire time, just making bad decisions left and right.
Gosh. And
Claire was the one having to come in and sweep things up, and she wasn't even a fighter, so to speak. Like she wasn't professionally trained, at least.
Did they leave it open for a second movie?
Sorry, I'm trying to remember the ending. Yeah, they did. Okay. Yeah. And like it was almost like a Marvel, like post-credit scene type of way.
I'm sure.
I was like, please don't do another one of these.
They got to. Wonder how well it did.
I think it did like 10 million.
Not bad.
Which it's not bad, but yeah, I don't recommend it. I'm glad we didn't see it over Thanksgiving.
That's sad. I was actually kind of looking forward to. I guess I'll catch it on demand at some point when it comes on there.
Yeah. I'm sure it'd be good if you're not paying for it.
Yeah. I did purchase tickets to go see Spider-Man on December 17th.
You managed to get them.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at like my local movie theaters, and they had a lot of tickets for sale. I mean, most of them were like the ones like, because like nowadays you go online and you pick like your actual seat. Mm-hmm. And they've been doing that way before the pandemic, but all the ones that are available are like the ones like right up front. And that's just not a fun experience at all.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting some tickets and with the good seating. So I'm super looking forward to seeing every possible movie cinema, you know, into this movie, because apparently this is going to be like the greatest movie of all time. But I can't wait. I'm super
Are you seeing it Thursday night?
I'm seeing it Friday. So like Thursday night, I'm not going to go on TikTok or Facebook or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I already know like the 3 Spider-Man are going to be in there. That's like the worst kept secret in Hollywood. But
yeah,
I think it's just going to be potentially like an Avengers Endgame like situation, like how good like that felt to be in theaters watching that with other people. Like I know the hype is going to be real. So
whenever that moment happens, when all 3 of them show up,
yeah,
that's going to be
like everyone's like, you know, the meme with like all the 3 Spider-Man like pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Someone commented, it was like, if they don't do this in the movie, I'm walking out. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to that, seeing that. But glad I was able to snag those tickets. But that being said, Nick, let's dive into what we've been playing. You want to start with you've played a lot of SMT now.
Yeah, I'm about 15 hours in at this point. And I'm trying to structure my thoughts a little bit better when I'm talking about games. I'm going to talk about the things that I like.
Okay.
First about SMT5, and then I'm just going to talk about some things I dislike.
Okay.
So the first thing that I really, really love about SMT5, and this is a kind of a turn-based open world RPG kind of game, where you're hunting and collecting these demons, kind of like Pokemon, and then you can fuse them together and create better demons and then use them on your team and stuff. But the combat system, so it's not just a normal like I attack, then they attack, back and forth. It's what they call a turn press system, where I get 4 attacks from the start. So each member of my team gets to attack. And if one of them hits a weakness, that adds another attack on our side. So basically it's like a max of what? Like 8 moves you can do on your side. So theoretically, if you're hitting the enemy's weakness from the get-go, you can wipe an entire team in one turn without them even attacking. So it's kind of
like Bravely Default in a way.
Yeah, where you can like expend all of your Bravely points at first.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that. The caveat to it, I guess, is if you hit, if you're hitting a what is it called? An affinity that they have a defense to. So like if you're using fire and they have defense, they have a fire defense that counts as a block, and you actually lose a turn.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a give and take like that, where you're kind of guessing at first on what their weakness is, and then kind of going from there. But yeah, the combat system, yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. It's pretty dynamic and has led to some really cool fights.
Cool.
So just comparing that to Pokemon, like it just feels miles better. And granted it's different. Like, you've never been fighting with a team of 4, on your team at once in Pokemon, but yeah, it just feels a lot better.
Cool.
Another thing I really like is the progression. So instead of having to grind, spend a bunch of time grinding, just fighting different demons, you can kind of search around the environment, search around the open world. You can find these monster statues that can level up your demons, and then you can find these other little guys called what are they called? Mitamas. And if you fight them and kill them, you can level up your character, like your main character. So it kind of alleviates like the traditional grinding you have to do in the game, which I think is pretty smart. It's kind of like Xenoblade. I don't think you've ever played Xenoblade, but it's kind of like that in that regard.
No, I haven't played Xenoblade.
Yeah. Oh, dude, great game.
I need to.
Yeah. And then the last thing that I really like is it's pretty punishing. Like, it's a pretty difficult game. You can get wiped in one enemy turn if you're not careful, but save points are close enough that you're not losing too much progress. Like I heard some people lost hours of progress in this game, but I mean, at a max, I've only lost like maybe 10 minutes of progress. That's really not too bad.
Make sure you're saving.
Yeah, you just gotta save often. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it. The only thing I kind of dislike so far is that the actual fusion, like fusing the demons together, is kind of confusing. Okay. Because they all have different stats and different affinities, and you have to kind of figure out which ones go together and which ones don't. And yeah, there's just a lot of mechanics in this game that
does it do a good job of like onboarding that
it does, but I think there are some mechanics that take a little bit too long to unlock.
Okay.
I just wish, some of the mechanics that opened up the game were available a little bit sooner. And granted, I'm only, 15 hours in, and that's, not super far for this game, but yeah, I wish things would have opened up a little bit sooner than they did.
Okay.
But it's cool, man. Like this is my first SMT game. I've never played a Persona game either, so it's definitely a good intro if you're looking for like an RPG. This is a good one.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about you, Harrison? What you been playing besides? Have you played anything aside from Halo Infinite?
I've played a little bit of Pokemon since the mountains, and like a very, very little bit. Mm-hmm. I played on the couch a couple days ago, and then we ended up putting ended up helping Kellen put the train around the tree, so I kind of got in the way of that, but that's fine. But yeah, I'll continue to play that. I've enjoyed it so far. It's a pretty looking game. I like the art style. Looks great on the OLED. But yeah, I mean, I really don't have much to say, just because I've played it before, and it's not like a ton new. I do like the fact that like for like the HMs, it just automatically does it, and you don't have to like assign, get rid of one of your movesets to adjust for HMs. And I think the newer Pokemon games have done that too. So I don't think that's necessarily new, but that is nice that it's there.
It's a nice quality of life improvement.
Yeah. So yeah, not very far. I'm probably a couple hours into Pokemon. Definitely play some more, but yeah, Halo's just been my jam, man. I've been playing hours a night. It's been so much fun.
I've missed Halo, man. That week away from it was a tough week. Yeah. Just quickly, I'll touch on Pokemon. I know you just said you like the art style. I think it's a little poo poo. The more I play it, I'm like, man, this kind of looks cheap. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like they could have done so much better, like art style wise, with this remake or with this remaster.
It kind of reminds me of like Zelda. I can never remember the name of it.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening, yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. Like when you go to like the caves, it's kind of blurry and stuff. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit, which is why I think I like it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like they could have done so much more, but it's Pokemon and they don't have to.
yeah, right. This is one of the. I think this outsold Sword and Shield in Japan.
Wow,
the first week. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah, maybe just people are, I don't know, just nostalgia wise. I'm not really sure. Maybe people are wanting to get refreshed for Arceus when that comes out.
Yeah. I forgot that was a Gen 4.
That one, I think I'm really gonna wait for reviews before I buy it.
No, yeah, I'm not just gonna dip in blind with Arceus. I have a feeling it's gonna be a letdown, just because they've kind of been so coy talking about what the actual game entails. Like, is it open world? Is it like Monster Hunter where you're set out on this mission and you only have a certain amount of area to explore? I don't know.
I think there's going to be like probably a Pokemon Direct at some point that's going to dive a deep dive into that, or maybe like a better trailer or overview trailer or something. But yeah, we need to talk about the game boards. That made me think of game boards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling that it's probably gonna be a letdown, at least for you and I, just because we're so kind of done with like Sword and Shield with such a negative, bad taste in our mouth that we just want something more. I guess we're kind of counteracting ourselves when we go and get an old school Pokemon game, but yeah, and there's something about those games that are fun.
They're feel good games, that's for sure.
Any more thoughts on Shining Pearl for you, Nick?
Not really. I've only played a couple hours, so I'm not too far in it. I've only done the first gym, but I mean, it's fine. Like, it's fine. You know, I'll play it through. I'll finish it. But yeah. Just I definitely got caught up in the nostalgia when I bought it. Yeah, for better or worse.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I got it. I'll go through it and play it. But yeah, let's jump into Halo, man. I'm so excited to talk about.
Yeah, you want to talk about Halo? You want to talk about little Halo?
Little game called Halo Infinite. So like, what are your thoughts? Like, I at this point I've played a lot more than you have, just because you being in the mountains or away from your Xbox. Like, what are your thoughts about it? I mean, you haven't played any of the Tenrai Fracture event. I don't think you played maybe a very little of it, but
yeah, I've played very little. I've played in total probably 10 rounds of Fiesta. Okay. And that, like, it's a fun game type. Like, I love getting to try out all the different weapons that normally I wouldn't get to try out often on a map. Yeah. And I think having this game type at the point that the game's at right now is a good decision, because it's getting everyone familiar with all these new weapons. Yeah. More so than like a regular Slayer or whatever SWAT would. So I think that was a good addition. Like, I think that it was good to get that Fiesta mode out the gate as quickly as possible. But you said you were tired of it. I kind of get that sentiment. Like, it's kind of annoying to just go up against gravity hammers and rocket launchers and energy swords and constant grappling to gravity hammer, which is always cool. But
dude, it's like there's so like because you spawn with not only 2 random weapons, but you also spawn with a random like equipment. So like you can just grapple like crazy once people start dying, because you pick up their grapple automatically and refill it. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Like, I had a lot of fun with it at the very beginning, but Yeah, I just got really tired of just getting constantly gravity hammered. Like you get a team with like 4 gravity hammers, it's over. It's to the point where I think the gravity hammer is a little bit OP. Like it's, I mean, there's ways to counter it and stuff, like with like the repulsor and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a little bit OP, but maybe just I'm only saying that because everyone's got it, and it's not, it's not one power weapon on the map for, a few minutes or whatever it is.
I think that's the case. I think it's just kind of being, it's just been given a lot of light lately because of the Fiesta mode.
Yeah, but I mean, they kind of like, so I guess the worst part about Halo, and this I guess is not necessarily a bad thing. Like the gameplay is fantastic. Most of the weapons are good. There's a few weapons that I could care less about.
Mauler.
The Mauler's good for close, like really close. Like if you melee somebody, like if you shoot them once and then melee, it'll kill them. Or maybe it's the Mangler. I think the Mangler is the one with the knife on it. Or is that the Mauler? I'm not really sure.
The Mauler's the pistol. Is that the pistol-like weapon?
Yeah, but it's got a blade on it, so if you melee somebody, it kills them.
Okay.
But
maybe I'm not using it right then.
And it's also like long range too, a little bit, like kind of medium range. So, so like the gameplay's great. The grapple hook.
It's like the coolest addition.
I did not
ever.
like it. I mean, when they revealed the trailer, like the campaign trailer last year, I think everyone was pretty excited, but yeah, it really changes the game. Just like so many videos I've seen, or so many videos I've done, like just posted on YouTube and stuff, just like little shorts of me just doing crazy stuff. I mean, I saw one where some dude, like, he grappled into a warthog that was going to take the flag or something. He grappled into it and then had like two other enemies in the warthog, flew over the side of the cliff, jumped out, and then grappled to the cliff, and they died and he didn't. And, like, there's so many cool things.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like Big Team Battle is so much fun. But yeah, just going to the progressive system, I think the battle pass is pretty bad. And they've definitely improved it here, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But and with the 10 Rye event, it was even worse because not only is it still based on challenges you have to do, but those challenges will rotate with stuff that's already in your queue. So you have to complete challenges for the regular battle pass to then do the stuff that's in the event battle pass.
Oh, so that's dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. But yeah, I mean, I've had a good time with it so far.
Yeah, it's been such a great time. Like even the repulsor, which like at face value, it doesn't seem like it adds much to the game. Like you can point that at the ground and you can boost yourself up in the air and get to more vantage points. You could hit someone away. You could hit away plasma grenades that are coming at you, gravity hammer hits. I mean, vehicles. Yeah, you could
fun.
Shove people into a wall and kill them like you did in that one video. I mean, yeah, it's every piece of equipment is so versatile, and I feel like even the weapons are pretty versatile as well. But I just need to play more with them, and I think, what is it, the Ravager? That's one of the newer weapons that you have to like charge up, and it kind of.
Yeah, so I actually didn't like realize that it charged up. I thought you just shot, and I was like, man, this thing is like kind of useless. And then I ended up learning that if you hold it, like if you actually hit somebody with it direct, it'll kill them instantly. But it leaves like a pool of like plasma around too. So like if you're someone's trying to go after the flag or something, you can shoot the flag and create a pool so they can't get near it. And then being able to grapple shot the flag, like
it's so good, so badass. Yeah.
Yeah, this game is like made for. I think I mentioned before, off camera, off mic, but I've never used the clip feature more than I have now.
It's like made for streaming. It's made for sharing.
Yeah, it's so much fun. There's so many like badass stuff I've seen on like TikTok and other like Twitch, and just so many cool things that people have done. I'm like, oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, it's just really exciting playing because you're like, am I going to do something that cool randomly? Yeah. Like, is it going to be me? Am I going to be the one doing the awesome thing? Am I going to hit a collateral, or Am I gonna grapple into a banshee and get a triple kill or something? The possibilities and opportunities are literally endless in this game.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the full launch next week. I'm hoping they add in the ability to choose game types,
Yes.
or at least to choose like Slayer.
Or like I want some SWAT, doubles and stuff. Like we'll probably be streaming. I think you and I will probably stream a lot of
dubs,
and some more Halo coming up. I definitely want to. After I've got a bunch of gear and stuff on my list for Christmas, so if I get all that, I'm gonna be pretty set up. I did end up getting me a new the same monitor that I've got. I got another one, so on the way. That I got for Black Friday. It was like $100 off, so I was like, I gotta do it. It's like, Brittany, you got me that monitor for Christmas. So yeah, I'm excited to like finally start to being able to stream properly again. But yeah, Halo, man. Do you have a favorite weapon so far?
I'm starting to like the shock rifle.
Oh yes, that one's
awesome. Really good.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying that one.
That one's a one shot if you get him on the head, and then it's like I think it's 3 shots on the body.
3 in the body.
But it also like electrocutes other enemies that are around that person, so it can drop other people's shields too, which is really cool.
Yeah, I also like the electric pistol. I can't remember what it's called.
The disruptor.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, that one's the same way. If you're like near people, it'll like drop their shields too. I've had a lot
just
of like
electric
kill
stuff
from the graves from that weapon.
Yeah.
Any guns that you like just hate using?
I mean, I'm starting to hate the commando.
Yeah, I don't like the commando.
I don't really like the Ravager that much. I'm just not really good with it.
The Ravager. Oh, that's the
one with the plasma.
The grenade launcher, plasma cannon, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's okay. I don't love that gun. I find it better for like objective modes because you can really like kind of, especially a lot of people are like in a clustered up in objectives, so it works for that. But yeah, regular Slayer, it's not super great.
So I'm looking at a list of weapons.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Like the commando is probably my least favorite weapon of all, which is sucks because it's so cool. Like. And it makes me mad because like I feel like that's what replaced the DMR. The DMR is like one of the best guns ever in Halo.
Yeah.
So yeah, for them to replace that was a huge bummer because I think it's kind of poo.
Probably the Mangler as well. That one's one I don't love too much.
Okay. Let me look at the list. What's your favorite weapon to use?
Maybe the shock rifle.
Shock rifle?
Yeah. That one it's pretty satisfying. I like the look of the gun too. I like the long barrel.
I also don't like the Hydra that much either.
Oh, is that the one that looks like an assault rifle?
Yeah, that's the one that was in Halo 5. It's like it's got 2 modes, like one, and it's kind of interesting. So like the regular mode when you don't do ADS or hold down the left trigger, it just shoots rockets and it doesn't like seek, it doesn't home seek or anything like that, and it takes 3 shots, like three straight shots to kill an enemy. But if you do the homing, it takes 4 shots, but it's a little bit more accurate. But I don't know if I'm just not good with that thing, but not a huge fan of that. I definitely think my favorite weapon is probably the skewer, like the one shot. Like,
oh, you like that one?
I love it, dude. It just decimates vehicles too. It is so much fun.
I haven't tried it on vehicles much. I need to kind of get better with that one as well.
Yeah. And then like the center shot's pretty cool, like the kind of the grenade launcher. And I didn't know until today that if you fire it and like move your reticle, you can move the direction of the missile, which is really cool.
Okay. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, as long as you're holding down the left trigger, you can aim it.
That's pretty awesome.
What's the difference? What's the Ravager's the that's the plasma one, okay. And then I feel like I want to like the Heat Wave, but I don't.
That one's good close quarters and in smaller rooms.
Off.
Yeah. But out in the open, that one kind of sucks.
Yeah. And then
Sentinel Beam's pretty good. I mean, that one's kind of a classic.
Yeah, it's okay. It's got a pretty heavy lean for pretty heavy recoil.
Yeah.
On that, so it's like I think it's better like maybe mid to low range, for sure. The Needler, I don't like to use a lot either. It just, I don't know.
I love the Needler.
Like, really?
Yeah. I feel like it's not as powerful as it was in like Halo 3.
Yeah.
But it's still got some kick to it.
Yeah. Pistol's awesome. The sidekick's great. The AR is actually pretty awesome. Like one of the best assault rifle I think that's been in a Halo.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good. Stalker rifle, that's good. That's a new one. That one, it's like a mix of the Covenant carbine and like the beam rifle.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. Haven't used it much, but
I would like the Commando, like the new shotgun. It's not as powerful as like the normal shotgun.
Oh, the Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that one's pretty fun to use. It's got a decent range too, so you can do some damage if you need to.
Yeah.
Trying to look. The plasma carbine I don't love. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the plasma carbine. Mm-hmm. Any guns that you miss that aren't in Halo anymore, like the Spartan laser or anything like that?
I kind of miss just like the rocket launchers or the grenade launchers.
Oh yeah,
there was the brute shot, and then there was another one in either 5 or 4 that I can't put my brain to. I looked at a list of like all the Halo weapons that didn't make it in Infinite, and there's a surprising amount.
Really? Well, they said they'll probably be adding guns too to the game as well.
Yeah.
Down the road. So yeah, I mean, I'm loving this so far, and they've, I guess since we're talking about Halo, we can just talk about the battle pass too, like the progression stuff. Kind of immediately after, like the next week, they added like the 50 XP per game, no matter what game you played, so you automatically got 50 XP, which is, there's 1,000 points in the battle pass. You play 20 games without doing anything else to at least level up.
Yeah,
which is a lot, but at least it's something. And then just today they did. I think it's 6 games. Like in your first game you get 300 XP, and then it goes to 2, the 1, and then I think it goes back down to 50, right?
After your 7th game.
Okay, so they're making little improvements. I think. I still don't love it.
I wish it was skill based, like, or just maybe trophy based. Like, hey, you got a triple kill, you get 50 XP or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It feels really weird to like get all these awesome medals at the end of the game and then it counts for nothing. Like it just feels weird to get points in the game at all. Like there should, like, maybe just keep tally of like your kills and deaths and stuff, like, but the points just feels
arbitrary.
Yeah, it just feels like nothing. So yeah, I think, I like battle passes, and I haven't played a ton of games with the battle passes. Like I don't play Apex and stuff like that, so I don't know how similar this is to those, but definitely, I definitely would prefer XP and then a battle pass on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely would too. And I think a lot of other games do it that way. And yeah, the 343 definitely fudged that part of it up a little bit at launch. I mean, if that's the thing that they mess up, then that's really not too bad. I mean, if the game's good, then
the game's great.
You'll have fun playing it regardless. So like I don't care that much about unlocking new skins and weapon colors and weapon skins and armor. I don't
know. I was playing around with like the weapon stuff, and I've got like a nice little like little dangly keychain on my assault rifle now, my pistol, and it looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's a ton of customization.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna spend a little bit of money on this game, just getting stupid skins and stuff like that. I don't know.
I probably will too. It was just misleading because they said you'd be able to earn every piece of armor initially. But
yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to have separate stuff outside of the battle pass that you can't earn. But I also wish that you could earn like money, like whatever.
Yeah,
it's because like I think most battle passes do allow you to do that. Like specifically with Fortnite, like you get a lot of V-Bucks within that battle pass, and then you can use those V-Bucks to buy the next battle pass.
Mm-hmm. Or at least you used to. I don't know if they do it anymore, but
I think it's still the same way because like Kaylee gets the battle pass just about every time.
Nice.
And yeah, she's always earning V-Bucks and stuff. So yeah, I wish that was a part of it too. But if the battle pass and the progression system is the only thing we have to complain about with, like you mentioned with this game,
it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I think they have some work to do to fix it, because I think they have to fix it and get it right within the next month or so, just to keep people around. Because I mean, the Call of Duty players and stuff are going to go back, which is also funny to see everybody online complaining about the time to kill with this game, and it's like
dude,
baby girl, this ain't Halo, this ain't Call of Duty and Battlefield. Like
it's not a 2-second time to kill.
No, it takes a little bit more effort to kill. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving it so far.
Oh, great game. Excited for that Campagne next week.
Yeah, I was listening to the Bombcast earlier, and like Jeff Gerstmann was just like gushing over the preview for Campaign, more so than I've ever heard. Because usually he's not normally negative, but
he's very very crass.
He's very crass with his words and his thoughts. But yeah, he was just like kind of praising the Campaign, and he said it was just one of those games where when you're not playing it, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about playing it. So I mean,
was this from the 4-hour preview that a lot of
yeah, I think so.
Okay, a lot of publications did. Okay.
So,
I didn't know if I guess I don't know when reviews go live for the Campaign, or if people are playing the rest of it by now.
Yeah. I don't know if people have gotten like the full copies and what that embargo date is, but yeah, I'm just to think last year when they showed that trailer, and a lot of people most people were upset about how it looked. I think you and I were a little bit less not angry, but less angry, or not as critique about it.
Not as cynical.
Yeah, not as cynical. But just the fact that they delayed it for a year, and they stealth released the multiplayer. There's so much buzz for this game right now. It feels really good, because I really wanted Halo to have a win coming off of Halo 5, which I liked, but a lot of people did not like the steps they did with their multiplayer and obviously their campaign. But it feels real good that Halo is back, baby. Everyone's talking about it,
man. It feels weird. It feels like we're like in 2008, 2007, and Halo's on top above, Battlefield and Call of Duty.
Yeah,
it definitely came at the perfect time. I mean, it came out right when Battlefield slipped, right when Call of Duty slipped. I mean, at this point, I'm glad it didn't come out last year, because it could have been a Cyberpunk situation.
Yeah. If it would have launched bad, I think
that would have been it.
Yeah, that would have been it. And I think because, especially the Master Chief Collection, when that launched, that was awful. It was terrible. Terrible launch. I couldn't believe that Microsoft would put out a product like that. That was just unbelievable. But yeah, in a year that Call of Duty sales are down, the game isn't, it's another Call of Duty game. It's not necessarily terrible, but it's just kind of a mediocre Call of Duty game, and people are not very high on Battlefield. And for this to be a free-to-play shooter versus Battlefield being 70 and 60 respectively, I mean, it's
kind of dominating.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. It's perfect timing on 343's part.
Yeah, I hope the campaign is really good, and from all the previews that we've read and listened to, it sounds like it's excellent, at least the first couple of hours, and hopefully that holds up, and we get a good conclusion to the kind of the trilogy of 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pumped.
I'm excited, and we
Pumped,
should be getting
man.
more maps, because I think they were holding back some maps because they were spoiler related too. So should be getting some more maps. Should be.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's.
I'm excited for launch, man.
Yeah.
I feel like so much is going to change with the multiplayer, and obviously getting campaign and stuff. And yeah, I know we're missing co-op campaign and Forge, but hey, this is a pretty good deal, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with like just going through it. Obviously we have to by ourselves on like a normal difficulty, and then when that co-op drops, we can go through on legendary or something.
Like, yeah, are you going to start heroic, or are you going to start normal?
I might start normal.
I was thinking hero. I was thinking about doing heroic just because I feel like you can kind of buff yourself up in the open world.
Yeah,
getting these like unique weapons.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe that might be the move. Yeah, that's a lot of Halo, but it's been so much fun.
We'll be talking about it more
battle, baby. Week. It's back. BTB. You want to dive into? We've already talked about Halo news. You want to dive into the news, Nick?
Yeah. So this first thing on here is just a little quick tidbit, but Mercury Steam, who worked on the excellent Metroid Dread,
yes,
they're working on a dark fantasy RPG with 505 games, and in 505 games they published Control, so they have a pretty decent track record. So obviously nothing really concrete, like we're not going to see anything in the near future, but we do know that Mercury Steam is not working with Nintendo on their next game, so kind of interesting. Yeah, I was kind of hoping they would work on another Metroid title of some sort, but yeah, it looks like they're going a different route.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get another Metroid from them. At some point, I'm sure Metroid Dread sold pretty well. Initially. Yeah. So we'll probably get another one from them, another 2D one from them.
Maybe in the next few years or so.
Yeah.
Let's see what else got on here. We talked Halo, talked about that progression update.
Yeah.
Harrison, is Cyberpunk 2077 as bad as you remember?
See, when I play, I mean, I played maybe 2 hours, and I didn't run across any bugs or anything personally. But it didn't capture me the way I thought it would. But I mean, yeah, personally, I didn't run into any crazy bugs like everyone else did. But again, I didn't play it that much, so I'm looking forward, I guess, to whenever they get this update out, and checking it out and seeing if it's going to be anything different. But I mean, right now, I can kind of, I don't know. I'm not really. I could care less, right? If it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, whatever. I'd spend $30 on the game.
Yeah. And the reason I ask is because the game's been getting a lot of praise lately. And this is kind of coming in not in light of the Game Awards nomination, but it's up for RPG of the Year. It just got a hefty discount on Steam. I guess a lot of people are picking it up for a discounted price, maybe $30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And, from what I remember, and I played 10 hours of the game, it just kind of seemed lifeless. Like there wasn't too much going on in the open world. I did not enjoy the UI one bit. I thought like the whole like red aesthetic was just jarring to look at and just really hard to read and understand. And, the story was pretty good, but man, yeah, it's getting a lot of weird praise coming at a weird time. And I don't really understand what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like this was, yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
I don't know what to make of it, whether this was planned or, this is just people coming out of the woodwork saying, well, Cyberpunk actually was a good game now that other people are saying it. Like, man, yeah, I didn't really come across any bugs either. Like, not too many, but you can kind of see the game. You can kind of see the gears turning in that game, and it didn't look too good.
Yeah, it almost like the fact that it's even listed on the Game Awards like nominee for best RPG, like it kind of takes their credibility down for me a little bit, just because like that game is so widely regarded as terrible. So I don't know. I mean, it'll probably win best RPG. It'll probably beat SMT. It'll probably be Monster Hunter Rise. It shouldn't, but it probably will.
It should not be Monster Hunter Rise, I'll tell you that much.
It probably will, just because that's what it is. Who knows?
It had to win something, right? It's Cyberpunk. It's got to win. It's got to win something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's get into the Game Awards then. You want to get into these nominees?
Did you mention that it was being delayed, right? Or it's coming?
Oh yeah. Also, Cyberpunk 2077, the next gen version is coming Q1 2022.
Yeah, and I think they said that they've kind of taken let more people off of that part of it, and they're focusing more on like the DLC.
Like the expansion
which is kind of crummy. Like I feel like they should get the game working first.
And maybe it is. Maybe it's at a good spot.
Maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know. But I'll definitely check it out once that next gen comes. I'm more excited for the Witcher 3 next gen update to be honest, because they're gonna add like some of the show stuff in there too.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I think that's gonna be a good looking game. I think that's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah, maybe finally I'll get to Skellige once that comes out.
Don't start it. Are you gonna start over? Are you gonna start it over?
I might start over, Nate.
Oh god.
Do you want to hear about the Bloody Baron? Have you played the Bloody Baron?
Bloody Baron Part 3?
Bloody Baron. Yeah, let's dive into the Game Awards, Nick.
Cool.
I guess we don't have to do every category because there's quite a bit, but
yeah, just the bigger ones, I guess.
So like Game of the Year, Deathloop, It Takes Two, which is still need to finish, Metroid Dread, which that's probably, I don't know, I'm really pushing for that one to win, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be my Game of the Year necessarily, but I would love to see it. Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and good old Resident Evil Village. So some good stuff. A lot of variety.
Yeah, I mean, I've played 5 out of 6 of these games, and I think all 5 of them deserve to be up here.
Anything that you think is missing from this list that you would personally want on there?
Let me just refer back to my list real quick.
Like Monster Hunter Rise. I'm surprised that's not on there.
Yeah, I think Monster Hunter Rise kind of deserves to be up there. I think Death's Door deserves to be up there as well.
Yeah.
And I haven't played Returnal, but I would have liked for that to be up there just because it sounds like such a cool game, and I'm really really excited to play it when I get around to it. But I think all of these are well deserved from things I've played and things I've heard, especially about Deathloop, which, got raving reviews, and It Takes Two, of course, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts, I don't know if Psychonauts 2 is going to be in my top 5, but
yeah, I really like that game. My biggest critique is the fact that once you get going and you're having fun, it stops you constantly with cutscenes. There's so many cutscenes, it just constantly stop for anything. Even when you're just in the world, platforming and stuff, it's just always stopping you.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a bummer. Let's see. I'm trying to just kind of go through here. Best audio design, best performance.
I think best game direction. Again, similar list: Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank. I mean, all 5 of these have a pretty distinct direction and creative vision.
Yeah,
and I think they all kind of deserve to be up here. I mean, I'd say a lot of these are good. A lot of these are good lists.
Yeah.
What else we got? Best art direction, you have Deathloop is up here again, Artful Escape, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. I mean, I think Psychonauts 2 should win that one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Best indie game, 12 Minutes, which I don't know why that's on that list.
It shouldn't be on there.
I didn't like that game. 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Inscription, which I'm very curious to play because it's like a card game, but it's like has like a horror kind of theme to it. And then Kena, Bridge of Spirits, and Loop Hero. Definitely Death's Door for I think for both of us. That's so good.
Absolutely.
It's best mobile game. Innovation, accessibility. Best VR.
Best ongoing game. Got Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, and Call of Duty Warzone. Would any of those stand out to you? I kind of want Final Fantasy 14 to win.
Yeah, I heard that game is really excellent.
Just because it came around so much.
Best action game, Back 4 Blood, Chivalry 2, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. Nick, we still need to do some co-op of Back 4 Blood. I still can't. I believe I was so hyped for that game, and I have not touched it at all.
We were incredibly hyped. I don't know what happened. Crazy.
Yeah. Best action adventure game, Resident Evil Village, Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts 2, Metroid Dread, and Marvel's Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if I would consider Metroid an action adventure. I don't know.
I always imagine action adventures as being like pretty open.
Yeah, more open games. Yeah.
But I guess Guardians isn't that open from what I've heard.
No, I don't think so either. Best role-playing game, Cyberpunk, Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, Shimigami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise.
I don't know which one I want to win this one. Because I heard Tales of Arise is incredible.
Yeah.
I obviously loved Monster Hunter Rise, and I'm loving SMT5. You know, I think Cyberpunk's going to win.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's kind of a given, which is annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It Takes Two is one of the best family games of the year. Considering it's a game about divorce, which is kind of ironic, but there you go.
I saw a couple of jokes online that 12 minutes should be the best family game.
All in the family. Mario Party Superstars, Pokemon Snap, Mario 3D World, and WarioWare Get It Together.
You have a family. Which one do you think should win this one?
Probably 3D Bowser's Fury for me.
Yeah.
That game is so good.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good expansion.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got.
Best sports/racing game. You got F1 2021, FIFA 22, Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and then Riders Republic. I think
Forza.
Yeah, I think Forza. Riders Republic is good. I wish I would have waited for that $25 sale.
Oh no.
But, I mean, I should have known it's a Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
It's gonna go for $25 on Black Friday. But yeah, I mean, yeah. I think Forza should win. Just great quality game.
Yeah. This is what kind of sucks about the Game Awards too, is like anything in December pretty much doesn't get counted. So like best multiplayer, Halo's not on there.
No.
But you got Back 4 Blood, Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. I always find it weird. Like I don't know if I consider like co-op games multiplayer games. I feel like in my eyes they're different. But I mean, I guess it technically is multiplayer.
Yeah, maybe there should be another category for that. I do want to know what the most anticipated game is between Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and then Starfield. I mean, those are all like crazy anticipated.
Yeah,
I don't even know which one I'm anticipating most. I mean, probably between Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild, but
for me, it's probably Elden Ring right now, just because I don't know if Zelda's coming out next year, and if it is, it'll be late. So in Elden Ring, we're getting pretty early. So
that's true.
That's what I'm probably most excited for right now. Then a bunch of like best esports player, best influencer, best esports team, best esports coach.
Yeah, just a bunch of esports stuff at this point. I mean, I think overall it's a pretty good, representation of what came out this year, what was really good this year. And then you have, a couple of Cyberpunk throw-ins, but yeah.
And then next Monday we'll do our predictions for the Game Awards, because it'll be airing the following Thursday. So we'll do that, and we also plan on streaming that Thursday as well. Yeah, next Thursday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, because Halo comes out on Wednesday. That's Halo Day. And then the 9th is okay. I got it up here.
It is next Thursday, right? I'm not saying that wrong. The 9th, okay. So yeah, we'll plan on streaming that. We'll have some fun with that one. And speaking of like just our predictions, it's heavily rumored that Zelda is going to be there in some capacity. Whether people are, the internet sleuths go crazy, but I think it's heavily rumored that they're going to have a new Breath of the Wild trailer. They're going to give us the name of the game. And then people are also, they can't let it go, the 35th anniversary. They think that Zelda is going to do something there.
Seriously?
Whether maybe they're going to do like an orchestra or something.
Okay.
That could be something 35th related, but it's also rumored that something 35th related is going to be there, whether that's
keep dreaming.
Yeah, whether that's the highly rumored like pack of Zelda like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker or something like that. So
Harrison,
I got zero hopes for that. But I think Breath of the Wild that we'll get a new trailer for that for sure.
Are we seeing Metroid Prime 4?
I don't know, for Nintendo to have two big.
Maybe they have an opener and a closer.
That'd be pretty epic.
It would be pretty epic. I mean, I don't know what
with the Zelda. What do they? I mean, like what closes?
Metroid. I mean, that's not a bigger game. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we'll get into predictions next week. But
yeah, I honestly I'll have to think about it, because I honestly just don't know like what we'll get.
It's always a mixed bag of stuff.
Yeah, so we shall see. That'll be a fun episode next week. So tune in for that. But Nick, any last touches on the Game Awards before we close out the show?
I don't know. I mean, an early congrats to all the winners, whoever they are.
Yes,
Metroid Dread.
Yeah, Game of the Year. But yeah, that is going to wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone that watches live. We always appreciate that. Appreciate everyone that's downloading the show. If you've got friends that are gamers or enjoy podcasts, please share the show. Let them know about it. We did drop it on Twitter, but we do have a merch store now, which is cool. So if you want to support the show in that aspect, that would be much appreciated.
Just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas. And then Nick, where can they follow us over on Twitter?
They can follow us at gamingwiththebroscast. We post a lot of stuff on there. Any updates to the podcast, we'll post on there. Polls, thoughts on news. I mean, just chronicles of us playing video games. It's a bunch of stuff. So
Good time.
Cool Halo clips as well.
Yes, I have like I've gotten so many views on like TikTok and YouTube from posting just like random like little 15.
Yeah, I went and binge watched like all of your clips the other day.
Yeah,
they're good, man. They were really good.
Yeah, it's fun. I've never had more fun just clipping stuff. Just yeah, it's a great time. I'll probably end up playing a little bit more tonight, but we'll see. But yeah, that's going to finish the show, guys. We will see y'all next week around 8:30ish. You know
how it is. Yeah.
For some reason, like to start the show, my camera was upside down. So
it's always something.
It's always something. We'll figure it out though. But we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.